Hello Geneva, and welcome to Geneva Works. I'm your host Kevin Starr. Sometimes we take for granted one of our most precious resources, water. However, it takes a dedicated team to make sure our water infrastructure is running smoothly on a daily basis. Today, we're talking with Water Superintendent Bob Van Gyseghem about his division's operations.
The City of Geneva receives the water from a combination of deep wells and shallow wells. The deep wells are roughly about 1,200 feet deep. Shallow wells are about 200 feet deep, separate aquifers. The water is then piped over to the water treatment facility for treatment, and then from there is distributed out into to the customers. We treat, on an average day, about 3.2 million gallons of water a day. Okay? The water treatment facility was built new in 2008, and we use reverse osmosis membrane treatment to treat the water and send it out. The water then is, after the treatment, is very high quality water. A lot better than what Geneva used to have back in the day. Now, from there, the water is, like I said, is very high quality. It's put out at roughly 4 to 6 grains of hardness. So what that means to the customer is they really do not need to have a water softener. Not only that, but the businesses will save on additional treatment, and then also helps in production. So from there, the water is sent out to the customers at a very high quality water quality. The City of Geneva roughly has about 8,000 customers, with about 65% of that being residential customers. And then the consumer with the greatest water consumption is Delmer Hospital. Water conservation is extremely important. The level of importance and degree of water conservation, is a lot different in the western states than what we have here right now. But the importance is still there. Like I said before, we have a combination of deep wells and shallow wells. The deep aquifer, being roughly 1,200 feet deep, is dropping. So that means that some communities will have to lower their pumps, which in turn costs extra money to do that. So we have to be smart in what we do. And what we encourage residents to do is to follow the conservation ordinance that has been in place for a number of years. Not only do we have that in place, but many of our communities around here also have very similar ordinances in place. Our ordinance is very, very simple. It's, if you have an odd address, you are able to water on odd days. If you have an even address, you are able to water on even addresses. So from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock in the morning, you are able to water. From 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the evening, you are able to water. Now, we have signs all over the city pointing to that, but it is also on our website. And so any time that a resident has any questions, feel free to call us or visit our website. It's very important that the ordinance be followed. Like I said, our aquifers, especially the deep aquifer, continues to drop. Now, the deep aquifer being 1,200 feet deep, we have no idea how long it takes for that aquifer to replenish. Absolutely no idea. Now, when we have a good amount of rainfall during a month period or a week period, that doesn't mean that we have an abundance of water available to us. So we have to be smart about it, and we have to water our lawns and our plants per the ordinance. Now, I have been out to customers who say, my sump pump is running constantly, can you come out and take a look at it? I've gone out there, walked in the yard, and actually left footprints in the yard because the grass is watered too heavily. So that, in turn, that's what makes the sump pump run all the time. So we have to be smart, and with our irrigation systems, make sure that they're timed properly according to the ordinance. We do go out every once in a while to monitor that, and we can issue ordinance fines based on that, and we have done that in the past. The Illinois EPA has mandated all communities to make sure that they have a cross-connection control program in place. Since the onset of that mandate, the City of Geneva has had an ordinance in place for cross-connection control program or backflow device program and testing. What that means, there are several reasons why you can have or are required to have a backflow device. For residential customers, the majority of the reason is because you have an irrigation system, an in-ground irrigation system. So when you go to apply for a permit, you'll be required to have that backflow device on your irrigation system. Now, an annual testing is required. This is required by the State of Illinois Plumbing Code and also per our City of Geneva ordinance. There are roughly 600 residential irrigation system devices out there and roughly 400 business devices out there that need to be tracked on a yearly basis. Since this has become substantially more time than what we have available to us staff-wise, we have recently begun to contract out assistance through Aqua Backflow. What Aqua Backflow does for us is they send out the letters for the annual inspection, and then also helps us with the tracking and compliance of those devices. Now, what we have done is, because Aqua Backflow will require roughly a $10 fee for this tracking, we have reduced our annual fee from $25 down to $15 to adjust for that fee. The Overhead Sewer Grant Program is a program that we have had in place since 2010. This grant program is in place to offer customers who have had sewer backups in the past to be able to construct an overhead sewer. An overhead sewer is very common in new construction homes. What that is that you will have two separate basins, for lack of a better word, in your home. You'll have a sump pump basin, and then you also have an ejector pit. That ejector pit takes the flow from any type of, whether it be a washing machine or a toilet facility, or excuse me, bathroom in the basement, to that ejector pit and pumps it up and out through the basement wall, which is roughly about 4 feet above floor level. Now, in older homes, the home will not have an overhead sewer. So what happens is, just in the floor drain from that basement, the floor drain will exit down underneath the basement floor and out to the mainline sewer. When the mainline sewer backs up for whatever reason, that can cause a backup into the home. If you had the overhead sewer, more than likely a backup will not occur. So we've had that program in place to assist residents who want to protect themselves. The city continually makes improvements within the system, but we cannot guarantee that our system will never back up. So it's a way for those residents to help themselves, and the program is very well detailed in the website. Sump pumps should be discharged either to the storm sewer or onto the lawn. Storm sewers will direct that water to either a stream or the Fox River. A improper sump pump connection is one that is either directly tied into the sanitary sewer inside the home, or may be discharged into a laundry tub, for example. The concern with a direct discharge to the sanitary sewer is that the sanitary sewer is not designed to handle that excess flow. When we have rain events and the sump pumps kick on and they are illegally or improperly connected, that can cause sewer backups and is one of the leading causes of sewer backups in certain areas in town. So residents really need to pay attention to where that sump pump is connected. We are more than happy if the resident does not know one way or another if they're connected properly, to call the water department, and we'll be happy to send somebody out to take a look and give them advice on how to connect the sump pump so where it doesn't cause icing issues onto the lawn, or how to connect it to the storm sewer. If there is a problem in the mainline sewer, city staff will take care of that. If the problem is in the residential sewer line, the homeowner will be directed to how to resolve that problem by either calling a plumber or other professional to take care of the problem. Many plumbers or other sewer professionals have cameras that they can use to televise the sewer to see what the problem is. Just because you have root infestation into your sewers and may cause a blockage does not mean that you have to dig up the sewer and spend thousands of dollars to make that repair. Most professionals in the business can rot out your sewer once or twice a year, which can save you thousands of dollars in costs instead of replacing your sewer line. For the past few years, the water department has been replacing older water meters with a newer type of water meter that is able to read through our fixed network. This is going to eliminate the need for our meter readers to access your property to read the meters, electric and water, every single month. So we budget to replace roughly 900 water meters and 900 electric meters on a yearly basis. Now there's roughly 20,000 combined water meters and electric meters in the city. So it's going to take us several years to replace those meters. Until then, we ask that residents maintain their property and give us access to the property so the meter reader can read the electric meter and water meter. The major problem is either lock gates or bushes that become overgrown where the meter reader can't read the electric or water meters. During last winter, it was a terrible winter for our meter readers. With the extremely cold temperatures and the amount of snow that we had, our meter readers could not get to every single meter. What that resulted in is estimated reads. We try our best to get everybody's read done on a monthly basis, but those times that we can't, we just ask that the resident or business understand that sometimes we have to estimate their reads. It's going to be the same department as what I had mentioned with the any type of sewer problem. Anytime the resident has a water or sewer problem, during normal business hours from 7 until 4 o'clock, they can call the Public Works Department at 630-232-1551, Monday through Friday, to talk to our staff and have them come out and take a look at the problem. On Saturdays and Sundays and holidays, or after those hours that I mentioned, they can call the same number. It will just be transferred over to the police department. The police department will then call me, and I will get a hold of the on-call person, and that person will come out and assist the resident with their problem. The resident can also use our online system for tracking service requests. They can put in a service request if it's not an emergency situation, and we will take a look at that request, make sure that we get back to the resident in a very timely manner to assist them with the problem. But if it is an emergency, please call the phone number that I listed, 630-232-1551. 1551, and we will make sure that we respond quickly to take care of any type of problem that the resident has.
That's all the time we have today for Geneva Works. We hope you enjoy learning about our water division operations. I'd like to thank Bob for his time and insight. We hope to tune in again next month to see how Geneva is working for you.